Hello, my name is Mimi Hall and I will be doing a presentation on the documented film called The End of the Line. The End of the Line is a documentary directed by Rupert Murray and follows Charles Clover, who investigates the devastating effects that overfishing has had on dwindling fish populations worldwide. Murray argues that immediate and crucial action must be taken in order to save our oceans from complete depletion of fish. The majority of the film is also about what has already happened to our seas. The location of the film takes place in several different places such as Alaska, Hong Kong, Tokyo, and the Bahamas, but it mainly takes place in Newfoundland, Canada. It discusses the threatening extinction of bluefin tuna. In Newfoundland, the codfish population was once the most abundant and plentiful. In 1992, a ban was put into place for the fishing of cod, but it was already too late. This chart shows the decline of cod caught off the coast of Newfoundland. Codfish was fished out of existence, resulting in the loss of homes for over 40,000 people. The last 3,000 years in the Straits of Gibraltar, fishermen once could catch thousands of bluefin tuna, but over the last 10 years, bluefin tuna catches have drastically declined by 80%. This was caused by increased demand for sushi. Bluefin is more desirable than other types of tuna simply because it has the darkest and most fat flesh of all tuna. In 2001, statistics showed that globally the number of catches of fish of all nations was decreasing except that of China's. Daniel Pauly, leading expert in global fishing, was asked by the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization to further look into this mystery. Results showed that the number of catches were made up by China in an attempt to make Beijing look better in the rest of the world's eyes. In 2002, it was finally well known that the global catches were declining all over the world because of overfishing. Fishing is supposed to be agreed through international agreed quotas, which is the amount of fish the fishermen are allowed to catch per year. Scientists recommend these quotas. The breaking of the rules is one of the biggest problems that has led to overfishing, such as illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing. There are also too many boats, meaning too much capacity chasing too few fish. Overfishing has led to economic, social, and environmental effects. Economically, illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing has led to the loss of at least $25 billion a year. Overfishing has resulted in social effects in West Africa. West Africa used to have one of the richest seas on the planet, but the stocks of fish has declined massively in the last 50 years. The decline of fish stocks has left an effect on coastal people who depend on the fish for survival. Overfishing is making this important resource for some of the world's poorest citizens much less accessible. Overfishing has environmental effects because it leads to destruction of ecosystems, lack of catch for fishermen, and the lack of food supplies for communities. Alaska is one state that strictly enforces fishing policies. It has a 200-mile fishery limit. The number of boats and how many fish is being caught are carefully monitored along with the length of the season. The catching limit is actually set below where the fish population can withstand and is controlled by giving the fishermen a limited amount of time to fulfill their quota. These policies contribute to the ability to maintain fish populations, also known as sustainable populations. Many steps can be taken in order to resolve the issue of overfishing. A major step in saving the world's ocean is to have marine reserves globally. Marine reserves are areas of the world's ocean where commercial fishing is completely banned. Currently, 99.4% of the ocean is fishable, while only 0.6% is reserved. Although global marine networks are necessary in order to protect the ocean, that alone will not solve the problem of fishing in the sea. Consumers can also bring about a positive change in fish populations by demanding to know where a fish comes from, how it is caught, whether it is endangered, and considering to look at guides to see which fish are better to eat. An example of a label that certifies its sustainability is MSC, also known as Marine Stewardship Council. Walmart, a well-known multi-billion-dollar company, sells enormous amounts of fish annually. As of January 28, 2011, 73% of wild fish and farm seafood sold at Walmart and Sam's Club nationwide was MSC certified. McDonald's claims that 90% of their fish comes from sustainable sources. Nobu, a famous chain of sushi restaurants, declines to remove bluefin tuna from its menu, but Richie Noter, managing partner of Nobu Restaurants, has agreed to let consumers know that bluefin tuna is an environmental endangered species. On the global geographical scale, the demand for bluefin tuna that is led by the sushi market is causing the collapse of the bluefin tuna stocks. In order to resolve the problem of fishing in the sea, the film has 3 messages for consumers, citizens, and companies. Ask before you buy. Only eat sustainable seafood. Tell politicians, respect the science, cut the fishing fleet. Join the campaign for marine protected areas and responsible fishing. Scientists have predicted that if we continue fishing as we are now, we will see the end of most seafood by 2048. Make a difference before it's too late. Meet the filmmakers. Here are my works cited. Let's see if you all have been listening. You have 5 seconds to answer each question. What are international agreed quotas? International agreed quotas are the amount of fish the fishermen are allowed to catch per year. What kind of effects has overfishing led to? Overfishing has led to economic, social, and environmental effects. In what year was a ban put into place for the fishing of cod? A ban was put into place for the fishing of cod in 1992. Thanks for paying attention.